Hi, Boong. Okay, so
Hi.
Boong here is my friend from the International College of Mahidol University. And for today's podcast episode, I'll be asking her about the recently concluded May 14 elections in Thailand and whatever she thinks about democracy in Thailand and the upcoming prime minister vacancy. Yeah, it's vacant, right? So they haven't figured it out yet. Okay, so um, kindly tell them, introduce. I don't have viewers yet, and I don't have people who are following me on my YouTube channel, but for the sake of this podcast, let's pretend that I have viewers. So kindly introduce yourself and what you are studying currently in Mahidol, and what prompted you to take that up in college?
Okay, so my name is Boong and I'm studying biology in the International College and I'm focusing more on ecology. And the reason I study this is because I've always liked animals. So I wanna go into the conservation aspects of the wildlife.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that to me when we met at the equine clinic in Mahidol University. For those of you who do not follow me on Facebook, we met at the clinic because we both are deeply enamored by different types of animals. And one of the animals that are being kept in Mahidol are the horses. So that's where we met, the at the stables. All right. So um, I'll go to my third question. Which party did you support last May elections?
I supported the forward moving, right? Well, is that the name in English?
Yeah, Forward Movement Party. But how do you say it
Yeah.
in Pasatay? How do you pronounce
In
it?
Thai, it's Cao Klai.
Taukai?
Yeah, Cao Klai.
Taukai. Okay. Okay. Forward Movement Party. What attracted you to the party? I
I
mean,
was
what
yes.
ideals or ideas resonates with you that they represent?
So there were two parties that didn't quite support the 112 law.
112 law.
So
Okay.
I yeah I
Okay.
I was looking into those two parties, and I like the Gaoklai's the platform more because when they were talking about their what they were gonna do, they're more detailed and
Ah,
how do you say? It looks like they did more research on what
mm,
they're gonna do and have a clear goals.
mhm. Okay, and that's important, right?
Yeah.
Popularity should come number two. Like, you have to have like a plan, like you have to have like a game plan. Okay, so what are the plans that they have that resonates with you as a student? Like, do they support LGBTQI rights? Do they support, for example, free education in college? Like, what else besides not supporting the 112 law? I'm sorry, I veered away from the 112 law.
It's okay, it's fine. So I do really like the supporting LGBTQ
Mm-hmm.
laws. I didn't really look much into other laws though.
Mm. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Um, um, so do you have friends that also supported the Forward Movement Party, or are you alone in this? Because me in the Philippines, when the past, okay, I'm just gonna say it, like the past president Duterte, like when he was running for office, my brother, I remember I have this conversation with my brother, wherein we found ourselves amongst people that we were friends with, that we thought we shared the same values with, who were outrightly supporting the drug war that he started, which was very bloody. And but with this, with your support of the FMP, or the Forward Movement Party, were you alone in this, or did you find other people who shared the same values that you have?
A lot of my friends do support them, and I think most of my generation support either the forward movement or the other one, Queer Thai.
Thai party, okay. I also met someone recently from liberal arts in Mahidol who supports the Thai party. Yeah. But I have never met anyone from Mahidol who supported the previous prime minister though. So I don't know what his party was, but I haven't met anyone who supported him. Anyway, that's kidding aside. Okay, so what are your sentiments or perception of democracy in Thailand?
Democracy in Thailand.
Yeah,
I
like
think
the practice of democracy, or what do you think about it, like democracy in Thailand?
I think it depends on the different set of prime ministers. Like yeah, like the former one. I don't really like that one. I don't think they're very, how do you say it? I think there's a lot of corruption going on in the last
Mm.
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But corruption happens everywhere, especially in third world countries or Southeast Asian countries. So besides corruption, what else? Um, so so can you help me with the history of Thailand? When did you guys achieve move from absolute monarchy to a little bit of democracy? Like what year was it?
I'm, I'm not, I'm actually not sure about that.
But ever since you were a child going into college, has it always been democratic, like parliamentary form of government with the monarchy? Yes, but like has it always been like democratic, like when I say democratic, like people go out to vote for as long as you can
It
remember?
has, it
Mm.
has always been that way, like, yeah, for as long as I can remember. But there was the last set of prime minister where he came from military, that he just took over the power.
Oh,
That
you mean the
yeah,
coup? You mean the coup?
yeah. There was a coup from the last prime minister.
Ah, okay, okay. All right, all right. Um, can I ask what your religion is?
I don't actually have a religion, but I'm
Mm,
leaning towards Christian a little more.
Christianism.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that the current practice in the politics in Thailand reflects Buddhism or the teachings of Christianity? Is religion something that is influential in your practice of politics? Okay, let me contextualize this. Because in the Philippines, we have 90%, 80 to 90% are Roman Catholic, but then there are different churches that are under the umbrella of Christianity. Like we have Iglesia ni Cristo, we have the El Shaddai, but these are all from the Bible. These are all Christian teachings. And every election time, there is this one church or congregation that would dictate those who follow that faith. The leaders would dictate who they will vote for in presidency. So in effect, that directly influences politics, right? Because the leaders of the church would tell them who to vote for. But in Thailand practice, is it like that also? Do faith or religion often dictate politics?
Um, Majority of Thai people are Buddhism, but I don't think that really has anything to do with the democracy in Thailand.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's one difference between our country. Okay, um, do you think that democracy through parliamentary is the best form of governance in Thailand, or do you think there are other forms of government or governance that is better suited for Thailand?
Mm,
Maybe presidential democracy like us.
yeah, I would be really interested in presidential democracy.
Democracy. Because that means if it were presidential democracy, then definitely your president would have been Tita Lim Jaroenrat. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really close.
yeah.
Yeah,
Tita Lim Jaroenrat. Okay, so let's talk
yeah.
about Tita Lim Jaroenrat. Okay, I don't know much about him. I just know that he's an alumna of Tamasat, Harvard, and Massachusetts Institute of Technology. But coming from someone who supported the party that he is known for as the leader, what do you know about him as a politician and then maybe as a celebrity? Because he has this celebrity-like status.
I think he has that celebrity like because I think I think it's a generation gap because most of the young people support him, and their way of supporting, yeah, really leans toward like idolizing the person. But
Hmm.
his college degrees is very very impressive. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah, yeah. It's very impressive. But what about his celebrity status though? Because when I saw his pictures, and this was during Pride Month. Well, we're still in Pride Month, but like at the start of the Pride Month, he went to I think a street in Bangkok, and he wore the rainbow shirt, and he was just so at home with the community. Like that's something very progressive. That's something that you wouldn't normally see elders or traditional politicians do, right? So that's the only thing I know about him, actually. Anyway, let's move on from PETA. Um, is there any issue in Thailand that you think has been ignored or glossed over by the past administrations that you would want this current government to look further into or address?
I wouldn't say it's looked over, but I think it's like the solution missed the point is the homeless people issue
Homeless people
and
issue, that's very good.
and poverty issue
Yeah.
because the last government they were trying to solve this problem by giving out money,
Ah,
but the
yeah, yeah,
way
yeah.
yeah the way they're giving out money is through electronic device or through like websites, which if you're homeless or if you're in a poverty state you won't really have access to the device or to the technology in order to receive that money.
That's actually true. But
Yeah,
the first time we met, I mentioned this. Like, if you go to Kausan Road, almost everywhere leading to Kausan Road are like homeless people. And then where I live
yeah,
now, which is near Bangke, there are also homeless people here. So what I would do is I would give them food every now and then. And then before I left in January, no, not January, February, I left for the Philippines, and I thought I would never come back, but I needed to. So I instead of selling all my things, this is one of the things that tend to forget when I'm doing my documentation on Facebook. So one of the things that I gave away was my comforter and my yoga mat. So I gave it to a homeless guy near my place. And I'm sorry for making this about myself, but sometimes I forget that I give away things. Like I have this documentation on my Facebook account where I've been planning to go to the lake inside Mahidol, and I was saying that I forgot to bring my yoga mat, and then I realized coming home that I already gave away my yoga mat to a homeless person
yeah.
in Thailand. So yeah, so talking about infrastructure, how can homeless people access money for sustenance if they do not have access to mobile phones and internet
Yeah,
service.
exactly. And they require the citizen ID card to get to receive that money too. But then most homeless people, they don't have ID card.
Oh, citizen ID card. So that means
Yeah.
people from the south, because during the pandemic, I stayed in the south, near in Songkla. I stayed in Hat Yai. So I know about the different. So this is why I asked you about religion, because most of them are Muslims, right? And in to be like a legitimate Thai citizen, you have to have three things. Number one, you have to have the ID card. Number two, you have to believe in Buddhism as your faith. And number three is you have to give your loyalty to the king. So those are the three things according to a writer, Reynold, no, not Craig Reynolds. Someone else. I'll put it on the description, which book I read. So it's a whole book about Thai citizenship. And most of them in the South, they have the Thai ID card, but they do not have, what do you call this? They do not have the faith. So I was thinking when you said that about Thai citizenship, I just want to ask, just to be clear, do they have access to this, to the help, to the sustenance, like the money aid, or no?
I actually didn't know they are required to be Buddhism.
Ah, okay,
Like
okay.
this, yeah,
Like the three one. Okay, okay. I think I'm
yeah.
just getting a little excited about their topic. Okay, I'll just put it in the description, whatever I just said. Okay, what about those refugees, like the Myanmar refugees in Mesot? Do they have access to this? Because they don't have Thai ID, right?
I mean, if from the last government, if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have ID, it's gonna be like very hard
Oh, so that's
to.
absolute. Okay. All right, so that's
Yeah, I don't
absolute.
think they can.
Okay, okay. All right. So that explains why you don't like the best administration. All right. Um, before we end this podcast, I have one more question which is related to your to what you're studying now, which is on ecology. In 2021, Mahidol University, the Salaya campus, was in the top 60 most eco or most environmentally friendly campuses in the world. And my question is, from your perspective as an expert on biology and ecology, is Mahidol campus really sustainable? Like, from my research, I've learned that the big monitor lizards are good indicators of a well-balanced ecology. So if the numbers would go down or if they start dying, that means that the ecology, the quality of biodiversity or the quality of the environment of Mahidol is also degrading. So that's what it means. So from your perspective, from someone who is training to be an expert in ecology, my question is, number one, is Mahidol University Salaya campus a sustainable type of green campus, and what can we improve upon to make it more green and make it more environmentally friendly?
I actually didn't know the campus is in the top 60.
60.
Yeah.
When I was looking for like master's degree where to study, I environment for me was very important. So I looked through and I was comparing Chulalongkorn and Mahidol University, and I said, "Oh, Mahidol is for me. Like I like the place aesthetically." And then when I came by in 2021 to like visit, I really fell in love with the whole campus. So yeah, so let's go back to you. Like, is it sustainable and what can we improve?
I actually enrolled in Mahidol because I like the campus too. In the
Ah,
environmental aspect. Yeah. I do think it's very environmental friendly and sustainable because Mahidol actually has like one third area of the campus as like a park, which is, in the park they have like very diverse plants and trees and very diverse animals too. Like you can see many different types species of birds, and there's also bats, fireflies, and water monitor, like you said,
Yeah, and then
and a lot
monitor
more
lizards
animals.
and
Yeah,
like fishes, like if you go to
yeah, fish.
College of Music. And then we have the horses. And then one of my friends
Yeah,
said that we also have a lot of like cats. And one of the hospitals there is dedicated to dogs, and another hospital
yeah, yeah,
inside
yeah.
our campus dedicated to like cats. Okay, so to fully end this podcast, and I hope this is not the last time we'll be talking because I enjoyed this so much. What is your favorite Thai cuisine, and where in Thailand do you frequently go to unwind and de-stress?
I don't have specific favorite type cuisine.
Mm.
I just
Maybe,
like
maybe top three. Like, what are the top three comfort food for you in Thai?
that's gonna be hard.
Ah,
Everything's good.
okay. Well, me, it's like number one is Tom Yam Goong, number two is Pad Thai, and number three is the green curry that you guys have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that one. I really like that one. So those are my top three. Like you can never go wrong with those food. And okay, so you don't have like but what can you suggest? Can you give me You're inside the
I
classroom.
well,
Can you suggest to me can you suggest me types of Thai food that I can try?
I think one very common cuisine is gapao. Do you know gapao?
Pad kapao?
Gapao. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like rice toppings. Yeah, I know that. I've eaten that. Okay, maybe something that I haven't eaten. Like what else?
Do you know khao soi?
Khao soy?
Yeah,
What's
it's like
how
it's noodle bowl, noodle soup
noodle soup?
from like the north of Thailand. They
Isan?
usually no, just the north, Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai.
Those
Okay.
yeah, they it's spicy
Okay.
and they have protein meat such as like chicken or beef. I don't think they have it with pork though.
Mm.
Yeah,
What's the
it's
name?
very
What's the
good.
name? Can I write it down? What's the name?
Khao soi.
Khao soy. You say it with so much grace. When I say it, it's like it's not good. Khao soy. Okay. All right. So where do you frequently go to? Like just to de-stress. And our university is off the answers that you can give me because I know it's nice to be around Mahidol. Like where in Thailand? Like Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Phuket, Surat Thani, Ayutthaya, where?
Mm. I think Chiang Mai has excellent food.
Okay, so that's how you de-stress. You eat a lot of comfort food. Okay, I've never been to Chiang Mai, just so you know. I've only been through the south, like anywhere in the south, and then, of course, Bangkok. But I do plan to go there when I've saved up enough money because, I'm a graduate student. I don't have enough money. Anyway, so this was really wonderful. Thank you for joining my podcast. I'm Vida May, and I am a graduate student of the International Human Rights and Peace Studies. And I'm with my friend how do I say Bung Sasa or just Bung? Boom.
Boom.
I'm with my
Yeah, that's
friend.
my nickname.
Yeah, okay. Boom. I'm with my friend Boom. And this is episode 1, 2, 3. This is episode 3. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me to
Yeah.